I'm about to take the longest sleeper train in the UK. The Caledonian Sleeper leaves London Euston at 9 o'clock at night and it heads all the way up to the north of Scotland. Today, I'm off to Aberdeen. Now, I absolutely love a sleeper train and I've done them all over the world in China, Kazakhstan, Turkey, and I've even done one sleeper train in the UK, which is the Night Riviera service that goes from London to Cornwall. So the Caledonian Sleeper train has been on my bucket list for quite some time. I'm spending a week and a half or so in the north of Scotland, so I thought it was a really good opportunity to try this train out. So I'm at London Euston now. As you can see, it's not the best of weather. It's about an hour before the train actually leaves, but we are allowed to board it in advance. So I'm hoping that in about 15 minutes it will be ready for boarding. London seems very, very busy tonight. I guess it's not that late, it's only about 8 p.m, but I'm sure on Sundays it's not usually this busy. So it is on the board as a please wait at the moment. It said on an email I got that it opens for boarding at 8:15 and it's about 8 minutes past 8 at the moment. So hopefully before too long we'll be able to board. If you have the cheapest room, which is what I have, I'll go into all of the rooms in a moment. You don't get any kind of lounge access or anything like that. So yeah, there are signs pointing to the guest lounge that way, but I do not have access. But I presume that means that that's where it will depart. Here we go, it's being called now. I'm all checked into my little room. I will do a full room tour in a moment, but it's about 8:30 and I don't like to eat too late at night. So I think I'm gonna head to the dining hut now before we leave and just get something to eat quickly, and then we'll come back and I'll show you around. I am gonna do my breakfast order now. I realised people had their tags on sort of outside their door, so I'm gonna do this right now, and then yeah, hopefully that will be delivered to my room. So you can just select what you want, you get a free drink, and then these you do have to pay for if you're not if you're in the classic room like I am. So I've just gone for the vegan sausage sandwich, and then you can say what time you want it to be delivered. So the latest I can have it is 7:30, so I've gone for 7:30. Actually the latest is 7, so I'm gonna have to change that to 7. Let's go see what the dining car has to offer. Back in the room now, had my soup. It was good. It wasn't anything to write home about, and considering it did cost £9, I did think it was quite a lot, but it was fine. Let's do a room tour. So this is the classic room. So this is the basic, like the cheapest room you can get, and this was £205 for just me for the night. If there were two of us, that would have been slightly cheaper because you pay for the room as well as the ticket. The price of the Caledonian Sleeper brings me nicely to the sponsor of today's video, TrainPal. Now, in all honesty, the price of the Caledonian Sleeper is high, but what if I told you there was a way to save big on these train tickets? Most rail cards get a third of their ticket price for the Caledonian Sleeper and most other trains in the UK. The best way to purchase a rail card is through the TrainPal app, because I have a code that's going to get you a whopping 20% off, bringing your annual fee for a rail card down to just £24. If you buy your ticket for the Caledonian Sleeper with this rail card, you'll make your money back for the rail card in one go, and then you'll have the rest of the year to enjoy it. You can even link it to your Oyster card to save money on off-peak travel in London. Plus, with my code, you can get 5% off when booking tickets via the TrainPal app. TrainPal has a split tickets function and no booking fees, making all tickets at least £1 cheaper. Just use the code Claire to claim the 20% discount on your rail card and the 5% discount on your train tickets. It is a reusable code, so you can use it as many times as you want up until the 31st of December 2024. I've got another train to catch now, so let's head back to the Caledonian Sleeper. So we've got the bed. I'm obviously on the lower bunk, I will not be using the upper bunk. Just a sort of single bed, pretty standard size for sleeper beds, I'd say. This is the upper level one, which is all made up. You don't share rooms with people who aren't in your group. If you're travelling on your own, your only option is to book up the whole room. It looks like there's some controls here as well. I've got sort of temperature control, lights, and oh, these are like the main lights. And I think that is audio, I guess, for an, oh no, that's dimmer. Oh, that's nice. mood lighting and a USB charging as well. Big mirror here, and we've got places to hang coats and the like. And I presume this is an interconnecting door, so if you're on it as a family or a group, you could rent these out and then you'd have the 2 rooms next to each other. Obviously if you're on your own then they just lock this door. Yeah, got my coat up here as well. Then there is a bit of storage underneath the bed. I think I'm going to put my suitcase under there in a moment. Sink just here, and yeah, just brushing teeth and stuff I guess. And then we've got a little bin, a towel and another mirror. And then I was given a can of still spring water. And I didn't see this little bit before as well, so we've got 2 charging points here. We've got, well, I won't press that, that calls the host. And this is the window light. And then we've got 2 more USB devices, and then there's a little place to put your device in while it's charging, which I quite like actually. And when I entered the room, there were a few things on the bed. So one was the food menu, so that has all of the breakfast and dinner menu and instructions on how to order it. And then I also had the card with the breakfast menu on, which I already hung outside. And then I also got this little package, got a little branded eye mask. I've also got a little bag of earplugs, which is always handy. I do wear earplugs to bed every single night, so that is useful. And then we also have just a tiny little soap. And then there's just one more thing. Comfiness of the bed. Yeah, it's pretty comfy. It's pretty comfy. The pillows are very, very soft, so that's really good. The mattress itself, yeah, it's pretty comfy as far as train beds go. I sleep really, really well on trains, like the best, better than I sleep in a normal bed. I think it's the rocking movement. Hopefully I'll have a good night's sleep tonight and wake up in Scotland feeling refreshed. It's a little bit wobbly. I just like stumbled across my entire cabin. Anyway, let's go check out the toilet. I do like how, because they have sinks here, you don't have to go to the toilet every single time you want to like brush your teeth or anything like that. But yeah, obviously I need to use the toilet to go to the toilet. So these classic rooms don't have any kind of ensuite toilet or anything like that. There's just, it's like your standard train toilet at the end of the carriage, which I'm gonna go find now. Pretty much a bog standard, pardon the pun, train toilet. Nothing, no frills, nothing fancy or anything like that, but does the job. It seems very clean, and we've just got your toilet, we've got some sanitary bags, toilet rolls and a sink. Pretty standard. I'm gonna get changed my pyjamas now. Shall I attempt one of those jumping shots that everyone does? Not sure if that worked. So I'm just gonna get ready for bed now, just do my skincare and whatnot. But while I do that, I thought I would just explain a little bit more about this train. So it is the Caledonian Sleeper, and that's the name for the whole route. But actually, once we get into Scotland, it branches off to 3 different routes. So 1/3 of the train goes to Fort William, which is like near Ben Nevis, and it's like in the Highlands. Another third goes to Inverness, and this is actually the longest stretch. I think it takes 14 hours to get to Inverness. And then the leg that I'm on goes up to Aberdeen. That usually takes 10.5 hours. It leaves Euston every night, I believe. Does it leave on Saturdays? I'm not sure. The Night Riviera that goes to Cornwall doesn't leave on Saturdays, but I believe that this one leaves every night. I'll write on the screen if it's any different. And yeah, makes the journey up to the north, and then obviously it runs in reverse as well. So it is a really good way to get from England to Scotland, London to northern Scotland, but it is expensive. So like I said, I paid £200 for this classic compartment. I would have loved to check out some of the swankier rooms, but I don't think I'll be allowed in, unfortunately. But if this video does really well, then maybe I'll be able to come back and try another room out, because that would be cool. So if you want me to do that at some point, then make sure you like this video, leave me a comment and subscribe, because that will really, really help the channel. Another thing that is worth mentioning is I've never been to Scotland before. I've travelled to 70 countries, all continents apart from Antarctica, and I've never been to Scotland. I feel like when I was growing up, we were always going down to Devon or Cornwall, which I live in Devon now, because that was where our family were, so we were always sort of going down there to see family, and then if we went away we'd go probably overseas, and we just didn't make it up to Scotland. And yeah, just for one reason or another, I've just never been there, so I am very much looking forward to actually being in Scotland. And then we are going over to the Shetlands, and that's really exciting as well, because they've got their Norse festival up Helier, so that will be really fun too. So I'm very much looking forward to it, and yeah, I just can't believe it's been this long and I've never been there, but we're changing that. I've just discovered my sink, the tap doesn't seem to be working, so that's a bit inconvenient. And also there is a toilet next door, like literally next door to my cabin, but it's not working, it's out of order, so I've got to go to the other cabin to use that toilet. So it's fine, like it's all minor things, but sometimes, you know, you're spending £200 on a cabin, you do it, you expect your tap to work. So yeah, I've got to try and brush my teeth with no water, although probably I can use some of the water I've got with me to just rinse my toothbrush, I guess. So I'm just looking at where we are on the map, and the train has been moving for an hour and a half, and we're just past Birmingham actually, which is quite impressive really. And also quite funny because I went out in Birmingham last night and stayed in Birmingham last night, and then got the train back to London today. A very slow train back to London today, and then got on this train, so yeah, been all over the place. I think we'd like speed through England quite quickly. I don't think we stop anywhere in England, and then I think the first stops are at like 5 in the morning, so the idea is that everyone does actually sleep. I'm yawning, I definitely need to go to bed, so good night, and I will check back in the morning. Good morning. Oh, I slept really, really well. Bed was pretty comfy, especially as far as train beds go. I did get up once. I had to go to the toilet when we were like at Edinburgh, and the train had like split then, so the part of it had gone up to Inverness and part of it had gone up to Fort William. I got a little bit lost because like the restaurant car is literally like next to us now, so I had to walk through the restaurant car to get to the toilet. But otherwise slept really well, and it is now 10 to 7. I think it's about 50 minutes more on board, and hopefully my breakfast will be delivered at some point. And breakfast has been delivered, so let's see what we've got. So this you get included in any kind of Caledonian Sleeper ticket. So it is a coffee. I don't think that is just hot water at the moment. Coffee in a bag. I'm in Scotland now. And then we've got milk, which I won't use. This little raspberry porridge bar. So I presume this is, yeah, I presume that just comes as a little extra with the free coffee. So I'll probably keep that for later. And then there's sugar and milk in there as well. So let's pop this in. We'll say the staff on this train service have all been really, really nice, really hospitable, and yeah, just very friendly. So that always makes a big difference for sure. Don't know if I've ever had a coffee bag before. I guess you just use it like a tea bag. Put it in and hope for the best. Then I also have, so this cost me £5 something, so it isn't the cheapest, but it is like a decent breakfast option. So I guess it's the same as you pay in a cafe in town or anything. I remember on the like Riviera, I did get a free breakfast, but it was very basic. It was like a croissant, I think. So this is a vegan sausage roll. Okay, it's a bit small for £5. It did say come with Branston pickle, but you gotta put the Branston pickle on yourself. What do you think? Is that good or bad for £5? Also no, something in there. I don't know how I'm gonna spread the Branston pickle as well. Taste test. I'm not a fan of those sausages. There are some vegan sausages that are just really dry and just kind of stick to your mouth, and those are they. Some are so good as well, like not even like Don't have to be the really expensive ones, there's just different types, but yeah, I wasn't a fan of that. Never mind, at least I tried it. There's obviously, they have plenty of other options as well. Don't know where the menu card's gone, but it will be in this video somewhere. And yeah, they do have loads of other options, especially if you eat meat. They've got actual like non-vegetarian sausage sandwiches, they've got porridge. I'm just very fussy and I don't have milk or eggs or dairy. I'm not vegan. I do have milk and things, but I don't have it on its own. So breakfast foods I am quite fussy with, but never mind. Just looking at the moon out here and the sunrise, it's really beautiful. And I'm in Scotland for the first time ever, which is really exciting. I just realised my suitcase was underneath the bed all night, but it was like right next to the heater. So it's very, very warm right now. Didn't start a fire or anything. So I'm just gonna grab my stuff to get changed into and start getting ready slowly. We have had our shortly arriving in Aberdeen announcement. I don't know how shortly arriving that is because that does seem to be 15 minutes ahead of schedule. So maybe it's like a pre-warning. Yeah, I need to drink my coffee still. So I'm gonna drink that and then make sure I'm all packed up. We're here. We have arrived in Aberdeen! I did just want to give a big shout out to the very, very nice man working in cabin C on the 25th of February. So, Caledonian Sleeper, if you're seeing this, please give a good shout out to this man because he was just very kind and very friendly and yeah, just a really good host. So I'm in Black Sheep Coffee, which is my coffee shop of choice, and I'm really glad to see more and more of them are popping up all over the UK, but also all over the world at the moment. So I just wanted to kind of give my whole conclusion, verdict, review of the night train. I did enjoy it. I slept really well. Actually, I had some real solid sleep. I think I was so tired, but the bed was very comfy as well. The staff were all very, very nice, as I mentioned, especially the staff who was working in my coach. He was just really friendly and just like the kind of just really hospitable. Like you could just tell the job really suited him. But the staff in the restaurant were all really nice as well. Like everyone is very hospitable, very accommodating. But there were a few things that I will just point out. The cabins just felt a bit dated. At least the cabins for the classic class, which is what I was. Like the little things like the tap not working. The toilet situation wasn't great. I had a toilet next to me, but it was out of order. And in the night, I actually had to walk down 2 carriages to get to the toilet, which is pretty wild. So just a few little things like that. And then the food. The soup I had last night was fine. It wasn't bad, but it just was a bit bland. And when you're paying £9 for a bowl of soup, you kind of expect it to have a little something, you know, little something special. I also paid £2. There was olives on the menu. I paid £2 and it was a tiny little packet of them. Literally about 8 olives. It's like 25p per olive. And then breakfast-wise, that vegan sausage roll. Some vegan sausages are just not very nice. They're just a bit clodgy. But vegan sausages have come so far, like you don't need to buy those sausages still. They're just, I think, the cheap ones, to be honest. So that was disappointing as well, because like I say, you can get some really nice vegan sausages. Richmond are really nice. Even Linda McCartney's are nice. To be getting a vegan sausage sandwich that kind of tasted like that in 2024 was a bit like, really? So yeah, obviously I can't comment on the mains for dinner or the other breakfast items. Maybe they're better, maybe I just picked the wrong ones. Like I said, soup was fine, it just wasn't anything special. And then the bread was just toast. Like it just, for the price tag, I just kind of expected there to be a little bit something extra. But very good sleep, which is the main thing, and like I say, very, very good staff. I would get it again. I probably wouldn't pay £200 for the same room again. I'd pay £100, 120 maybe. But I would, when I've got a bit more money, I would maybe pay for a better class to see the difference and see if it's worth paying for that extra upgrade. To wait until all my videos do really, really well until I get that. Right, so as I mentioned earlier on in the video, this is my first ever time in Scotland. So I am going to finish this video right now, and then I'm going to immediately start another video, and that is going to be all about my first impressions of Scotland. So don't miss that, it will be out very soon. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please do drop a comment, let me know if you've ever taken this train and your thoughts on it. Let me know if you would take it, and if you haven't already, please do give this video a big like and subscribe if you want to see more videos of my train journeys and travels all over the world. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you in the next video. Bye!